Hi everyone, welcome back to BumbleBeeCrafts. So I'm here today with part 3 of this lovely cozy winter journal. We've finished the cover now and we're working on the pages. Let me show you the cover. I decided to add some lace on the spine. Normally, or I don't normally, but sometimes I will put lace on after I've sewn in the signature across there, but obviously I didn't want the lace to then go over the top of this image, so I've put the lace on first and then stuck this image down. And then I don't know if you can see the sparkly, is it going to pick it up? They do spark. Oh, there we go, you can see them. They sparkle. I've just put some sparkly Mod Podge on the snowflakes and the stars, and it just needed something else when I was pushing it on there, and I didn't want to put a book plate or so like wintertime or anything, in case you're just using it as a straightforward journal. But yeah, that's all done now, ready, so we can move that to one side, and we're working on our pages today. This is definitely going to be my centre page. I'm going to have it open out like this, and I've got some ideas for that. This page I definitely want to do some flippy flappy bits on there. I've already gone ahead and sorted out some different pages from my stash here, some book page there and some doily. There's a bit of paper there. This card, I thought this went really nicely, this scrapbooking card. And then I've already gone ahead and stuck these together and inked them ready to go in. And then this one I've done as a little flip, because so it will go into the page, it will go like that, you go over here and then you flip out, because I didn't want to cut that in half and have half on the other page. I wanted to see this in its entirety. So that's that. This I've decided I'm going to have as my front page in the journal, and then I've just backed it with that lovely print from Rach and Bella Kits. So I've done a bit of prep and decided on things, so we can move that out the way. This is going to be another flip pocket. Going to have lots of flips on here, and then that will fold like so. And I'm thinking of having a lace band along here as like a little tuck. Not quite sure, but they're the ones that I want to use for this. So I'm just kind of trying to keep everything together. But let's work on our centre page here. It's going to be backed with the lovely tree print from Rach and Bella Kits. And this is just such a gorgeous, gorgeous image. I kind of wanted to have, when you have it sent in here, kind of wanted to have this picture extend, if that makes sense, with some flaps. So you've got a flap that will open here, and I want to be able to see this lovely stag image here. And I want to do exactly the same with this image here. So when it opens out, this centre of the journal, is that in camera? Yeah, it is. The centre of the journal will open out to have these images on here as well, because although they don't carry on as one long one, it's all very similar with the background, the houses and the lovely stags wandering around. So that's my idea. I just haven't decided yet on what's going to be on this side. I'm not sure whether I want to have that. I mean, that's like it's looking out at some of the houses, might be quite nice. What have we got on here? Well, we've got you're looking through a window. What would those two look like together? Or do I do something completely different? Not sure. if I folded it in half, that's going to be, whoops, yeah, you're going to lose about that anyway. So no, we aren't going to do that. That's answered that one. I'm just going to pinch that so that I know where to tear it, and I'm just tearing it roughly because it's going to be backed with coffee dye paper. There we go. So he will fold like so. And what are we going to do on this side? Do we want to see that one? I'm going to lose a little bit there. I'm not sure. Not too sure. Let's have a little look. Let's just cut this. And then we'll see. So how's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing well. Hope you've been enjoying the series so far and just sort of going with me and my process on how I do things. Okay. Now I've got all the lights on. Let's just check. Is that, do we need it? There, I'll have it a bit brighter. It's late afternoon. It's been such a grey day today that I've got all the lights on. Oh, that's a piece of paper for something else. Okay, so you're going to extend here, you're going to extend there. Right, I think what I'll do first is join these two together. Now, because I'm having flips and flaps, I only need to do a little bit in the middle of this, so I literally just do a little bit like that of glue in the middle, and that is enough just to hold it while we're creating our flips and our flaps. And then I just line these up as best as I can. Try not to get my head too far in. Okay, and now I will cut the white border off. I do this bit first because then I can get a nice clean edge on both of them. So let's cut that off. So when this airs, I'm not sure if I will have actually reached 1,000 subscribers yet or not. I do tend to film ahead because of my health, so I take the opportunity when things aren't too bad for me to film ahead. So yeah, I'm getting very close to 1,000 subscribers, so thank you so much. It's blown me away that in quite a short space of time I have got that many subscribers, so thank you very much. Okay, so that's all nice and neat there. What we now need to do is decide on, we're having it that way around. Yeah, I think that way around actually. Okay, is decide on what we want to see when these flip over. So what do we want to see? Let's pop those here. I don't think I do want to see those because they're not similar. So let's grab the other pages. As I said, I printed the papers a few times so that I could play around and do things like this with them. I wonder if we want to see that on one of them. And then, what was the other one I spotted? I'll give that. Or maybe we want to have both of them so that this one's like you're looking out of the window, and when you open this one up, you then see the scene. That might be quite nice. So it's like telling a little story almost. Yeah, I definitely think I want to do that. So where's the centre on here? It's just... yeah, okay. So this is going to go together. Like so. And you'll flip open and you'll see the outside image there. So I quite like that. Do I want this on here or not? I don't think I do, because you've got that, and if I took that off you'd take off quite close to him, so we're not going to use that one. No, okay. Just wondering whether this one would look alright on here. They're not going to meet in the middle anyway. I think I might use this one, because if I used this, you'd lose half of that. Let's just have a look. See what we think to that. No, I think I'm going to go with this one on here. So I am just going to get it fairly straight on my mat and just go down here where those hinges are. There we go. So these will become our flaps. So you're like looking through the window, open up, and you've got the nice seam. Okay, so I'm going to glue these together. I'm going to trim them down where we need to, and then I will be back. Hello, I'm back. It's actually the following day, but for you it's all one day. I've gone ahead and made these up like I said I was going to, glued them together. I've trimmed them to how I want them, and I've also inked 3 sides of them, so they're ready for the centre page that we're going to create, and I'll show you how I do those. I decided to go ahead and do the others. There's a couple of flip ups, flip downs on this one, and this one's quite full on. It's got 3 flips, and I've got some lace because I wanted to put a lace pocket on here as well. So we might get to that one, I'm not sure, because I've got quite a few ideas for decorating some of the other pages as well. So So yeah, let's glue this in now. So basically what we do once you've created your flaps, I'll just recap, we've just stuck the pages together in the center, giving us them so they're still open for us to put our little piece of paper in here, but we need to create the hinge on here, and it's exactly the same. Excuse, my voice is a bit deep this morning, a bit croaky. My fibro's playing up. Okay, yeah, exactly the same principle as I did for the cover with the flip outs, but obviously with the pages we're going to be sealing them in between. So I just need to create a little flap, a little hinge for that to go over. So it needs to be this way round, and again I'm just doing about 1.5 centimeters down here. I think that's you don't need much, just enough that's going to give a nice secure hinge like that, and then just fold it over and I'll just burnish that down, and that little hinge can then stick onto there and create our lovely flip out. Okay, so that's that one ready. So we're going to do the same for this one, and it needs to be this side. Sorry, is that? Oh, it is just. Let me move it over slightly so you can see. So yeah, exactly the same, 1.5 centimeters, like that. And that again just creates a nice little flap. Put that down there because we'll need that again for the others. Let me just see which ink I used. I think it looks like iced spruce on here, and all I need to do is just finish the inking on here, just so that it's done. Do a very good job on that bottom there. And I just do this side as well, so from whichever side you see it, you've got a nice. Okay, now let's do the inside. Fold that back that way. There we go. That's going to go on that one. So we do the same with this one. And then the inside. Go. That's nicely inked. Right. Put that in there. Now, all we need to do is glue them in and secure it down. So I do exactly the same as I did for the cover with the flaps, in that we put the glue on, but obviously this time round we're sandwiching it in between the paper, like so. So let's just glue this down. Going quite close to the join with the glue this time, because there's not so much of a thickness like there was on the cover, because it's just two thin pieces of paper that we're going to be gluing together. Okay, and then I just use the fold to just like so. That's going to be alright. Yeah, that looks nice. And then it's just a case of, like we did before, burnish that down. Make sure we've got it all nice and straight. And from here, like so. So we'll leave that one to dry, switch it around, and we will do this one. So these are nice and quick and easy to do. I do believe anybody could do these, no matter what level of junk journaler crafter you are. Just it adds such lovely hidden spots, and you can have them as writing spots or little pockets. Just adds interest to the journal. I really like doing these, because I print my digital papers onto just copier paper, and I do it single-sided, then this gives me the opportunity to do things like this to it. Okay, so now we are ready to glue the two pages together, and all I do is I just run a bead of glue all around the outside. When I come to these bits, I do make sure that there's extra glue. I'll show you, like that. I just go over this bit and make sure it's down, because there's going to be a bit of pressure added to this bit when you flip up and flip out the pages. So I just do a bit of extra, and then straight along here. A bit extra just to make sure it is glued and secured. And then I go from the centre and go out so that I keep the page stays flat. This is just an old, I think it, looking at it as it's plain, was a parking permit card that I had from years ago. And it just makes a nice and that is now one page. They didn't go that way. They went, sorry, that was on the camera. They went that way. So that is now our centre page, nice and still together. I will score it and fold it in half, but I want it to dry first. So that's that. So that's how I create the little flaps. I'll do it one more time with this one. See how we're doing for time. How long did that take? 10 minutes. So yeah, we could do it for this one and show you again. So on here, this one is going to flap down, and it's just going to, how I've got it is plain on here, I decided, so that you've got lots of added writing space. Or we could put a pocket on here and then this becomes your hidden writing space. We can do that once the journal's put together. So I just need to, valleys to mountains, yeah, I do have to remind myself sometimes. So exactly the same as before, giving ourselves a little flap like so, and we'll do the same with this one. Like so. Okay. Now we'll just finish the inking. Looks like I used vintage photo on these. Yeah, I do like to try and use a coloured ink as well as the standard vintage photo in when I'm doing journals. I just think it gives a nice level of detail as well to them. You don't have to, not everybody's an inker, but I do like it. Okay, so that was going that way, wasn't it? And this one was going at the bottom. There we go. No, I'd forgotten. Did I do the inside? I did do the inside of that one. Oh, my brain today. Okay, so it's exactly the same. The only thing I do when I'm doing these ones where I want them centre is I just tend to do a little tiny, what I call a pinch fold. So I'm literally just a finger's pinch. That gives me a rough guide on how to situate this just by eye. I don't measure it. You can measure if you like to be precise, but I just go by eye, and I now have got a mark, and I think that is about where I want it. But we'll put the glue on and then position this one in. So you could do this with envelopes. You don't have to create your own little flaps. Yeah, if you've got decorated up old envelopes and everything, you could do it with those. I'm just looking to see. I'd say about there. Not quite centre, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Flip that over. Make sure that's burnished down nicely. Okay, so now we want to do this one. When I do this, I do tend to just choose one side that I do this. I don't tend to have flaps coming on both sides of the page because I think it might make it just a bit too heavy. So like we've chosen to have the flips come this side, I wouldn't then go and do more this side as well because the papers can be a little bit heavier on these edges rather than in the middle. The middle still feels quite a thin paper, whereas these, I suppose because we've glued them, do feel a bit harder, more like card. Which leads me to say you can use card, you don't have to use digital. If you're a scrapbooker and you like your scrapbooking pads, you could use that. But basically, yeah, that's how we do another one. So if I flip it over, we now need to glue this together like we did the other one. So straightforward, like exactly the same, glue all the way around. Do my extra along here. There we go. And from the centre, that. Makes it really nice and stuck together. And we have two lovely flaps. So yeah, so that is how I do my flippy flaps on pages and sandwich them between them, and that's the page that we will then fold in half like so. So you open it and we've got that. I'm looking forward to this in the centre. I think this is going to be really nice. So I'm going to carry on doing the others, and then I'll pause the video here, finish up of those because you've seen those now, and then I'll be back because I've got some ideas. I want to do some stamping and some stenciling on the pages, and I kind of want to keep the decorating of the papers before we sew the signature in all in one video. So I will be back in a moment. Hello again, I'm back. Right, I've gone ahead and glued in the flippy flaps for the other ones. That one's just drying over there because the heat of the radiator comes up, so it's just off camera there. But what I want to do now is to do some stenciling and some stamping. I find it so much easier to do it on the paper and the page before it goes in the journal, so that's what I want to do today. I've got one that's got a lovely stag and a tree, and I'm going to use both of them on the inside page of here, because what I tend to do on this page is I'll put like a belly band or a pocket or something on here and then leave the inside for writing. So I thought it'd be just nice to have a bit of stenciling on this side that you could write over, because it's going to be quite muted. This little stencil is a freebie that came with this stamp set from Creative Stamping magazine that I get. Well, I don't get every month, but sometimes I'll treat myself if there's a nice set. This is just some low tack tape that I'm just going to use. I just want to make sure I don't go over that. And then I think what I might do is actually put it, oops, right up into the corner there, and just do that, just take it down slightly. Okay, so for this one, because this is some of my cabbage dyed paper that was I watered it down way too much, so it's just got a slight blue hue to the paper. I thought it would be nice to use this iced spruce on here. I mean, you could do this afterwards, but you might get a bit lumps and bumps if you've got pockets and stuff like that. So I just thought, while I'm waiting for those other pages to dry and put the signature together, I think it'd be nice. Oh yes, look at that. Doesn't that look lovely? Just carefully take this off. Okay, so I'm going to take this bit off next because I want to do some trees down here. That there, and then I'm going to just glue, put that over there so that I don't do the trees. I think I'll just do the trees in the same colour. It'll blend then. Peek under it. Yeah, I think that's good. I want to do several trees along here. That's in, yeah, just sort of kind of do like a little collection of them. So I will do 3. I like 3. So I'm going to actually have, where's the centre? I'm going to have the third one quite close to the centre there. Okay, let's see. Oh, that looks lovely. That's just so delicate and nice. Does that show up on the camera? Just there, look at that with the stag at the top. Oh, that's really nice. That's lovely. I like that. And then we'll probably have some pockets and things like that on there. Lovely. Okay. Do we want to do that on some coffee dye? I think I might do. So I'm just going to take these off and grab my wipe. It's just a baby wipe, and just give this a bit of a wipe over. Oops. There we go. I'll just dry that as well. Dry that side. Try not to do it too roughly, otherwise I will bend. Right. There we go. Okay, so that's a page ready for our journal. Now let's just grab, where's my pages are up here. There we go. Let's grab another coffee dye. And I think I'm going to just go with vintage photo for this one. As it's on coffee dye paper. And I want to do exactly the same. Oh, but we'll have it on the opposite page, mix it up slightly. So we need you about there. Going back in my tape. And then let's just mask off the tree. Oh. There we go. Now let's do the vintage photo. There, what does that look like? Oh, look at that. That's lovely. I like that. Okay, so let's do the trees down this side. So I'm just going to take that off and that off, and we want to start with some trees down here. Put you there and mask off that bit just in case. Look, how good does that look? Okay, let's do a couple more on here. That's nice. And then I'm going to have one over here, closer to the centre like I did the others. Oops. I find it easier to use these little brushes than I do the sponges. I find the actual daubers on here can get caught up because I press quite hard. So this just gives a nice even colour. Look at that, that's lovely. Okay, I'm just going to leave that to the side. We can clean that a bit later. I'll just clean it with some soapy water later. Okay, move them all away. Look at that, it's lovely, brilliant. So we've got 2 more pages there. Now the other idea that I wanted to do was I wanted to use some stamps. I've got this big stamp here and I've got some little snowflake stamps in here that came in a little set. So I wanted to just do a little bit of stamping on this page. Actually, I do still need my inks, don't I? And I was actually just going to use the same inks that I've been using throughout. So let's just use the Ice Spruce. I'm hoping that because these inks aren't really strong, they're not like archival inks or oil-based inks for stamping, it's just going to give a really nice faint effect on the page. Yeah, nice. I like that. Just a nice, almost like a little picture frame. Okay, so that's that one. Let's just give it a wipe over. I do clean my stamps. Yeah, I do like to clean my stuff after use, most of the time anyway. I'll clean that stencil. Afterwards. Actually, I think I might use the same ink, and we will just do some random flakes on there. Then we'll go with a little one. Should we have another big one? Oh, slightly over onto the other page, I think. Never mind. And then one more little one that we can just dot wherever it takes our fancy. Look at that. I'll hold that up to the camera as well. That's going to be lovely, just adds a lovely bit of interest to the page. So yeah, before I put the signature together, this is what I like to do to prepare some of the pages. Okay, so they're done and ready, so I will put them back in here. This is my little pile of pages that we've got together. Let's move my inks back out the way. These can all go. We didn't use those, but we did use those ones. Lovely. I'll move my stamps over there as well. Right, this page should be nice and dry now. It does give a bit of a curl, but I can straighten that out. That's not a problem. That'll flatten itself. Put it under something to flatten it. Right, okay, so what I need to do now is do exactly what I've done with this one. This has been scored down the middle. I prefer to score it. You can just fold it in half if you like. You don't need a scoreboard to fold it. Alright, that's the centre, isn't it? Just making sure I've got it straight to where it is. There we go. Oh, where are we going to have it? Done it the wrong way. Let me just rescore that down there. I've got my valleys to mountains around the wrong way. Look, I'll just go down there. That's better. Yeah, that's lovely. So this is about the maximum on this page of flips that I put on. You've got one that opens there, one opens there, and one opens there. We can do some decorating on these, definitely, but that's about as many as I like to put on a page. No more than that. But yeah, that will go in the journal. And then we just need to do this one, don't we? So let's just do my little pinch to mark it. About there, okay. Okay, so that's going to be our centre page. Oh, that's going to be lovely. I'm really pleased with that one. Right, how are we doing for time with the videos? Okay, so let's bring everything back in. Now that I've got the pages kind of decorated as to how I want them, I know this is my centre page and I definitely know I want that on the very front, so I tend to keep those separate. That's got some flips, that's a foldy page, so that's a bit of an interest. They're too plain. And then these are just some pages that I've pulled out, a couple of book pages, bit of lovely checked paper that's blue on the inside, this bit of scrapbooking card, this lovely image from a book. I think there's a book all about Scotland, but I just thought it went perfectly with the winter. And then we've got our pages of stamping, and there we've got a blue page, and then this is going to be a pocket. This is a napkin that's got a lovely mousse on the front that's just going to wrap around the page to form, and we'll glue it in as a pocket, but I tend to put it in as a loose page first and then glue it down afterwards so that it doesn't wrinkle up. And then just a spare piece of coffee dye paper if we need it. Okay, so I always start with the centre one and work out from the centre. So we've got that on there. What do we want over that? Do we want a bit of book page to start with? I think that would look nice over there. Then maybe the stamped. Yeah, that looks nice. I think we'll have a plain page of writing. Do we want that one? Or do we want the brown? Oh no, I think we will stick with the blue on there. Then we will have a bit of coffee dye. Do we want that one? Do we want that one? Or do we might want the plain one? Yeah, I think I'll just go with the plain on there. What else do we want next? Let's have something that's got a little bit of an interest. This is a short page, because on that page it flips open on there. So we'll have that in here. And maybe we could have, no, don't like that. Maybe we could have that. No. I'll just go with that one. What does that look like from there? Yeah, we'll go with that page. Now I think I want to do a little bit of a collection with these. So we've got that little fold there. Do we want something inside there first? I think we might do. I think we want the book page. I want that over the book page. No, just stick with the book page. I try to line it up as I go so that it keeps it nice and secure. I want a bit of this over it. Yeah, I think that could work. And then I'm thinking of one of the Flippy-Flaps. Maybe, what would that look like? Yeah, I think that would look quite nice. Let's have the blue page next. And I think that might be quite nice over the blue page. We'll go with that. Then we'll go with the coffee dye page. I'm going to have I might need another coffee dye page, I think. I'm going to have that and I want the doily over this. Then I'm thinking of this page, knowing that we're going to have that wrap around, so we'll have coffee dye paper. This page as close to the bottom as I can get it. Oops, I've lost my finger. Where's the centre? There's the centre. There we go. And then that is the front. Okay. just open it up, what I do next is just see if we've got it's not going to be too many pages. And that closes. Oh no, we could even get 1 or 2 more pages if we wanted to. Okay, let's have a little look and see if we think. So we've got that against that. I'm wondering whether to pop another sheet of coffee dye paper in there. I think I might do. Got some here. Let's just fold this in half. I just think I'd be happier if that was plain. Yeah, much better. So we've got that one. This one's going to be a pocket on here. Doily, I like the doily with that. Yeah, I like those. That's a flip up one. This one, am I happy with how that is? That flips out. We could add a little something to this or decorate that up. Yeah, I quite like that. I was thinking of something a little bit more in there. Just move those to the side. So I've got this that I haven't used. Yeah, I might I'll just cut this in half and then fold it. I like to put this as a smaller sheet in there. Not quite half, but there we go. And then I just fold this in half, and we've got a couple of little extra little places in the journal. I like pages to be of different sizes when I'm doing them. Okay, so let's bring this back. Put that down there. Thinking I might have that there. That'd be nice. And then we're at the centre. So it's I just flick through this way as well to make sure I think everything's going to look nice this side. Oops, they're the flip-outs. Yeah, that's going to look nice. The blue. That's going to be stuck down as a pocket there as well. By the looks, I need to move this up slightly. Yeah. And then that. Okay, right, we are ready to put it all together and sew it in. So let me just grab my sewing stuff. That's here to the side of me. And to use white thread, I've got my clips and my awl, and I just need my needle. That one that I use. Okay, so first things first that I do is I just go along like I did to start with and reposition all of these to where I want them. page is slightly bigger than all of the others. Last coffee guy, and then the last page is there. Okay, so now that I've got hold of them nice and tightly, I will now position them where I want it in here, like so. And we will clip. And clip there, and then I do another clip on the top here. It's not going to be long enough, I don't think. No, it's not going to be long enough, that one. Okay, let's see, they're pinching off. I need something a little bit longer to hold them. See if we can. There we go, that's done. We've got the two at least holding it. So now all I do is just eyeball the centre. I get these out of my way. And I'm just gonna, because I've got the ribbon here, I'm just going to use the ribbon as my guide to roughly go in the centre. And then about an inch down from the top of the paper in that one, and the same with this side. I'll make sure I don't stab my finger. There we go. We're there. And in there. Now do 1, 2, 3. Where's my scissors? Thread it through. I'm just using white waxed thread. Oh, that wants to splay out this end. There we go. So let's sew her together. Not go through the ribbon would be advisable. Alright, hold on to that end and then come back down here. Pull it nice and taut and come back up here. Down the third hole. If I can get it in, there's always one, isn't there? There you are. No, it's not going to go. Where are you? I must be showing the needle at a different angle to the other stuff went in. Okay, I'm just going to go through from this side again and see we're there. So if we hold that, we go. So where's the little thread? Hold on to that again. And that is now ready to be pulled nice and tight. What I tend to do then is just move it to here so we can take... No, I need it threaded, don't I? Because what I do now is once I've pulled it nice and tight is I just tuck this under here and pull that nice and tight, and now we can knot it. I don't know why, but I always do three. Hello, I'm so sorry the video just cut out halfway through putting this signature in. Well, halfway through. I think it cut out. I was just tying these in. I tie them 3 times. I don't know why, just 3. And then I've left them hanging. I don't know what's up with my phone. It's been playing up these last few videos, so I do apologise. But the journal is now in, so I've just put back on just to show you that she's all now in. It's yeah, it's lovely. It's come together really nicely. So the next video will be us decorating. We'll do some pages. I know things like this one sticking down. We can make some ephemera to fill them and everything. That's the back, and then our secret pocket. That's worked really well. I'm really excited for this one. So yes, apologies that cut out on me, and I will be back for part, where are we, part 3, part 4, part 3 I think it is. I will be back and we'll do some decorating in here and make some ephemera and have a little fun play. So thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for some more crafting adventures, and I will see you again soon. Thanks, bye.